interest of my next guest on West Coast Live. And I've known her for a few years. In the spirit of full disclosure, she's my physician. But she's written a marvelous book called Transforming the Nature of Health, a holistic vision of healing that honors our connection to the earth, others, and ourselves. Yeah. And Marcia Shapiro. How do we know what science works and is real and what isn't?
I think that's a fantastic question, first of all. But one thing I want to say about that is that in Western medicine is kind of unique among medical systems of the world in that it doesn't include a spiritual component, and really every traditional healing system, whether it's shamanic healing or Ayurvedic medicine or traditional Chinese medicine, incorporates the mind, body, and spirit. So we are really the only medical tradition on the planet that doesn't include that in the formal curricula. So I think that's really what's going on right now in our society, is that we're reintegrating an understanding of mind, body, and spirit. So how you find that, again, I think, is by listening. Our society really teaches people to ignore their intuition, and I really teach people to cultivate their intuition, to really know what's right for them. And so, in a way, it's very personal and it's very subjective. We can't live without our hearts. I mentioned this in the book. We can live and we can be brain dead for really a long time. Sadly, that happens, but we cannot be heart dead for more than 10, 15 minutes until then we're dead.
But then, what about the so-called side effects of antihistamines? Some will make you drowsy, some might impair your ability to drive in some way, and we call them side effects, but aren't we creating then other conditions in our body?
Well, yeah, I see that often with people where they get into a slippery slope of taking one medication and they need another medication, I would say in quotation marks here, to repair the damage from the first medication, and they end up on multiple medications when really what they're just treating is one condition and the side effects from lots of medications. And so often when patients come to see me, there's a lot of unraveling of that and really even questioning the need for the first medication.
One of the other issues that you're keen on, and you describe in the book, is the role of nutrition in our lives, the role that diet plays, how foods can make us feel or energize us, and then going further back, looking at even the nature of the soils and what we do for the soils. I mean, the connection that in the time of Teddy Roosevelt, who was involved in soils, the average depth of topsoil in the U.S. was about 1 foot, and it's now 4 inches. I mean, how do you see that carry on through into the food chain and the nutrition?
I think it's essential. I think that we can't really nourish ourselves without nourishing the soil. We're all interconnected with the planet on very fundamental levels, and we're very interconnected with the health of the soil. And the health of the soil and the health of the atmosphere and the health of the waters is really our health too, and the lack of it is also our health. So nourishing the soil and replenishing it will ultimately nourish us. And I want to say, it's not all just about us either. It's about all the little creatures. We're a cooperative community in our own body, and the soil is a cooperative community. And the more we can be happy, pleasant participants in that cooperative community, the more it will go well for everyone, including us.
Well, we, in fact, each body is a community. We're filled with bacteria, we're filled with organs that sometimes work independently, with viruses that are all moving around. I mean, we ourselves are this little host, so we have to get along with what's in us, right?
Yes, absolutely. We're little universes, and there's 10 times as many bacteria in and on our bodies as there are cells of what we consider to be our bodies. So really there's more of them than there are us.
That's a very strange thing to think about. My first question to him was, why do you think this happened to you? Which is a way of really sort of inverting what was going on?
I ask people that all the time, and people often they know. They absolutely know why it happened to them. Not everyone, but many people will tell you, oh, it's because I'm having so many difficulties with my husband, or I feel really unfulfilled in my life, and I really want to do more, make a greater contribution, but I don't know how to do that, or whatever. Like, people know what's really going on with them and their issues, which I would say are really kind of from a level of their soul, what they're struggling with and what how they're trying to express themselves more creatively and wholly, because healing is about wholeness.
And
in that manner, if we participate with consciousness and love and respect for the different beings that we occupy this planet with, we can create something really marvelous. And I think we're moving towards more and more of that.
the book is called Transforming the Nature of Health, a holistic vision of healing that honors our connection to the earth, others, and ourselves, published by North Atlantic Books. Marcy Shapiro, MD, thank you very much for